to give it permission to record. Okay, so this is quite a short version of the practice called RAIN. As with any practice, we find a way to sit that we feel is going to support our practice. And rather than checking your practice from the outside to sort of scrutinize it, it's more feeling from the inside. Am I taking my seat or lying down or standing up in a way that has an intentionality behind it, a sense of dignity? A sense of purpose. Sincerity, but not too much striving. How would you sit or stand or lie down with that feeling? That attitude. And then our motivation or intention is, of course, we want to be happier, we want to suffer less. And the more freedom we get in our own mind, I think the more concerned we're able to be for others. And really at the essence of mindfulness is a turning towards experience rather than pushing it away or changing it. Just turning towards it, whatever it might be, to the best of our ability. And we don't need to go looking for trouble for something to work with, but just almost randomly allow to come to mind how things are with you these days. There's usually something, even a small thing, I wish it wasn't quite like that. So looking back over this morning, what's been with you? And so the first step really is to just recognize that. Recognize that we're not a blank sheet of paper. Recognize that we do have thoughts, emotions, sensations. We do have troubles in our lives. And we have joys as well. So recognizing what you bring into the practice. And then what's it like if you would say, okay, I accept how I feel. I accept the situation. Doesn't have to mean you like it or you think it's great, but you accept it's happening. And you accept your reactions. You accept your emotions. And then we kind of investigate, or we get a little bit closer to ourselves, more like a friend. But first of all, starting with, what are my thoughts around the situation? Really starting from where we are. What am I thinking? What kind of stories do I tell myself about my situation? And listening. Pausing the reflex action to jump in and sort it, but just listening to how you talk with yourself. And then how do you feel? What's your emotional responses? And again, with permission to allow them to be as they are, rather than trying to fix them. Really like listening to a friend. What are you thinking? How do you feel? And then the body often reflects our mental experience. What do you notice in your body? Sometimes say, oh no, I'm not upset, I'm not anxious. But the body doesn't lie. How does it feel in your body? And we're not really trying to come to any conclusions or interpretations. It's just feeling. How does it feel to be in your body? And now, without trying too hard, you might kind of catch a glimpse of how the thoughts, the emotions, and the body kind of talk to each other, they gossip to each other. They kind of build a picture of this is me, this is how it is, this is who I am. So it's kind of noticing the sparks, the conversations between the body, the emotions, and the talking. And we're not trying to fix it And we're not trying to change it, just a willingness to be with it. And then maybe connecting with your breathing. Feeling the breath moving through the body. Feeling the body move with the breath. And we're not really focusing on the breath or concentrating on the breath. It's a feeling of knowing that I'm breathing. It's there as a lightly held reference point. And everything else is free to come and go, but we just maintain this sense of knowing that we're breathing. And how would it be to give space to allow the thoughts, emotions, sensations, the sense of solidity that they create? How would it be to just let that be there? It's happening, but it's changing. It's there, but we can't really say where it is. And we sit and breathe. And then before we close the practice, maybe a few moments of not even really trying to meditate, but giving ourselves the permission to be off duty. And whatever might arise, there's a feeling of, okay, I don't need to interfere. I'm off duty. And then maybe looking back over the practice, recognizing what was happening. A willingness, to the best of our ability, to accept that it's happening, to acknowledge rather than fighting the experience. To look into it more deeply. What are the thoughts, what are the stories, what are the emotions, what are the sensations, what are the way they bounce off each other and create this solidity. This is how it is. And then that it is possible to let it happen, but not get too involved. And then any benefit that comes from the practice, first of all, an aspiration that we will keep it in mind, that it will surface again from time to time when we need it. That we get a bit more freedom in our lives, a bit more freedom to respond rather than react. And isn't it natural then to wish the best for others as well? Sending your own good wishes in whatever way you want. To those near and far.